Now this is kind of a weirder video. The other two were making a build with these weapons, but this is more of a guide with the wand, because the wand doesn't really have builds, it's mostly just learning the spells. So I'm going to be showing you how to quick cast every single spell in the game, and which ones are worth it and which ones are not. This is your mana bar. Yes, this is your mana bar. And to cast spells, you need to have mana. And every time you use a spell, it goes down. There are two types of spells. There's the first one, the one closer to the bottom, which is called a cantrip spell. These have short cooldowns and are really quick to cast and cast, almost no mana. The other ones are arcanum spells. These are harder to cast. Pretty long. But you can learn them quickly enough. And they are way stronger. But they cost a lot more mana. And they have incredibly long cooldowns. And all you have to do to cast a spell is memorize the order. For example, for Starfire, all you have to do is this, a circle, and go forward. Here I'm going to show you just the simple basics of each spell, when to use it, how to use it, and what type of mage you want to be. There's two types of mages. There is a damage mage, and then there's the support mage. Support is generally better by a lot, if you're doing a team, obviously. The damage mage just does a crap ton of damage every couple seconds. Now there's basically only one good support build, since there's not really much you can do for support. It's just that your support skills are very powerful. But for damage, there's a lot of things you can do. Since you have two of these spells, you can do either an arcanum build or a cantrip build. Cantrip builds just focus on spamming small spells and doing damage quickly, while arcanum builds are for big spells that just do big damage every minute or so. Now there's three types of skills. There is mana, there is enchantments, and then there's evocations, which is not here. Evocations is your damaging spells, enchantments are your support and just general support build stuff, and mana is your mana. Let me just quickly show you how a quick cast mage thing it looks like. Well, I have no mana, but just like the bow, if you stand still, you get mana faster. Memorizing every single spell is vital to becoming a good mage. Let's start off with fire magic. For fireball, it's just a simple circle like this. This is the easiest spell to cast. What it does is shoots one fireball, which auto-aims on the opponent. Then there's Balefire. To cast it, you need to do one big circle and then a star shape. It does a shotgun blast. And Balefire. For rock magic, Cobble Shot. It's very simple. Down, up, down, up. It shoots a little rock. It's basically just fire magic, but more damage and harder to aim. Comet Fall is a little harder to understand at first. It is a go up, circle, and then down. To get it into your head faster, just imagine this. You start down, like grabbing the ground and lifting it up, and then turning it into a meteor, which you are drawing as a circle, and then dropping it down. So, up, draw the meteor, and drop it. Forest magic is one of the best ones. Razor Leaf is very simple. Do a half circle like this, down, half circle around. It's kind of like an infinity sign, just barely cut off at the end. And this is just a little storm right in front of you. Thorn Growth, aka Earthquake, is kind of the hardest spell to cast in the game, but it's simple once you understand it. You start off with circles like this. Not full circles, but half circle, half circle, half circle. After the third one, you go up around and do some lines like this, some zigzags. Now, think of it like drawing the earth, a circle being the earth, and then a zigzag, which is the earthquake. Now, Storm Magic is probably the strongest magic in the game. It is incredibly easy to cast and has some of the highest damage in the game. Static Field is the easiest spell to cast. Just go like this, and that's the whole thing. You can cast this pretty quickly by shaking your wrist. And then when you let go, Static Field around you. Lightning Bolt is pretty simple. Just like that. You start off with like a half circle. Left, right, left, right, left, right, and straight down like that. Think of it like as drawing the sky here, and then a lightning bolt crashing down to the ground. Next up on the line, we have Ice Magic, starting with Icicles. This is one of the weirder ones, but you can get it pretty simple. From here, up, left, right, down. When you let go, you get 3 little crystals around your wand, and each time you press trigger, you shoot 1. This is not that good of a spell for quick damage, because you have to spam it, and you can't cast spells until you use up all 3 icicles. Frost Nova. It's very similar to the first move on Lightning Magic. To cast it, just do a couple circles, and then at the end, swipe to the right, from left to right. All this does is Frost Nova around you. Next up, we're gonna do Acid Magic, or Poison Magic. This is criminally underrated, possibly the strongest magic in the whole game, because it does the highest damage in the game. Now, Acid Spray is the easiest thing to cast ever. Just do that. That's the whole thing. I did it so quickly you probably don't even know what I did. Down, left, up. That's it. It shoots a little shotgun spray. This move here, it looks like it does no damage, but it's actually kind of a boss killer because it does extra damage to armor. So if an enemy has yellow health, it does basically double damage. Not actually double damage, but almost. Poison Sting is the strongest spell in the game. At max level, not enhanced, it does 2000 damage, which is 800 more than Lightning Magic. To cast it, a few circles, up, and then make an X symbol. Now that's just like Lightning Magic. I need to have an enemy nearby, but all it does is give poison to an enemy. Basically, it just dies. It's pretty much just a guaranteed kill. Choose an enemy, boom. Now just wait for them to die. Dead. Finally, we have Light Magic. Moonbeam. Pretty simple. Just do up, left, down, right, up, and down. You can just do a circle and down. Just like poison, I kind of need to have an enemy, but you just select an enemy and it drops light on them. Finally, Solar Flare. This one you have to do a full circle, then turn it around and do 2 more circles. And this is a laser beam. Like, kind of. Next up, we got Moonbeam. This damage over 9. Then we have Solar Flare. Next up, we have Star Magic. Star Magic is kind of overrated. It's not as good as people think it is. Starfire, very simple. A circle. And to the right. it shoots a little minigun of star magic. Next up we have Supernova. It's a little goofy, I'll be honest, and it's kind of weird to cast. Just do up, down, up, then down left, down right, and then left. Now this is just a giant ball of light, which hits 3 times each time it pulses. Now the reason star magic is kind of overrated is because you actually have to aim directly, and when you're shooting you kind of cannot cast another spell very well, because then the star magic does no damage. If you can hit every hit, then it does decent damage, but remember, that means you're going all out on this one spell, which is a cantrip. They don't do that much. You're better off just going something else. Okay, we have done every single one of the damage spells, so now we're gonna go to enchantments. Starting off with luck magic. Starting off with Jinx is simple to cast. Just go like this, a little zigzag downwards. Now this, you select an enemy, and that enemy, whenever they attack you, they do less damage. Fortune is a buff to somebody you want in your team. To apply buffs to yourself, just cast them straight down. To cast Fortune, do a little half circle up again, then down and up. So I don't have a teammate here, but to cast it to yourself, like I said, aim straight down. But if you want to give it to a teammate of yours, just give it to somebody you want. Now as long as this thing is here, this means that you do have a 15% chance, which is pretty low, but if you do, you do a critical hit, which does a lot of more damage. Next up we have Shadow and Crystal Magic. Starting with Shadow, we have Vulnerability and Invisibility. Vulnerability is pretty simple to cast. Just straight down, and 2 big circles like this. Now you can hit any enemy you want, and this makes them take a lot more damage. At base, it's 50% more damage, which is almost double damage. Invisibility can only be applied to yourself. It's very similar to Vulnerability, just a lot easier to cast. And no matter who you aim at, this will always go to yourself, where you make yourself invisible, and enemies cannot see you, and you can also not see yourself. Teammates can see you though, and it lasts very little time. Next up, we have Crystal Magic. We have Crystallize, which is pretty simple. Just draw a little diamond, or a little crystal thing. Aim at an enemy, and whatever enemy you hit, for the next 15 hits, your damage is increased by a small amount. And Clarity, a little half circle, and then full circle. Start with a circle, and then down, straight up like this. Now you can give this to any teammate you want, including yourself. What this does is makes it so your mana increases faster. If you're a melee, your focus builds faster, and if you're a bow user, your arrows regenerate faster. Now, let me show you. Regular regen is that slow. And with this, it's a little faster. You can see a small difference. These are probably the 2 weirdest magics in the game, and this one specifically is possibly the worst one in the whole game. It's just not good in the slightest. So we'll do that one second. Mirror Magic. Mirror Magic gives you feedback and teleport. Feedback. To cast it, I actually don't remember. This skill is just weird, honestly. It's not very useful either. But to cast it, down, up, here, and a circle ending up. It's pretty simple. Show it here because the floor is a little darker. What this does is that you hit any enemy you want, and whenever you block an attack or they hit you, they also take some damage. Not a good spell, honestly. It's not enough damage to make it viable. Now this is why you would want to go Mirror Magic. This is the only reason you would ever use it, ever. Teleport. It's very quick to cast. All you have to do is down, up, and a half circle around. And now you can select a location to teleport to. You can aim closer or further away, straight up, anywhere you want. And when you let go, you go straight there. Now, Divine Magic, like I said, is not good at all. Never go Divine Magic, it's just not worth it. Ever. Because Levitate is outclassed by both Teleport and Haste. And Spirit Link is not good when you can completely nullify damage with Iron Magic and Wind Magic. But I'll showcase it anyways. Levitate. Go down in a few circles, moving straight up. Up, down, circle, 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 circle. Now when you can only give this to yourself, but when you have it, you levitate when you jump. Just hold down the jump button and you can fly. Now, this may seem good, but like I said, this only affects you. You cannot give it to anyone else. And on top of that, enemies can still shoot at you, and you're pretty vulnerable up there. Spirit Link. Now, I cannot show this one because this is a multiplayer only thing, and I don't have anybody to showcase it with. But to cast it, simple. Up, down, here, then turn it around, half circle, almost a full circle. Now, you can give this to anyone you want, and when they take damage, they take less damage, and you take some of it. So, it's not good at all, actually. In Endless Mode, you kind of just doom yourself by using this. Okay, these are possibly the two most important skills to learn, because both of these are overpowered as hell. Starting with Iron Magic. Rust is very simple to cast. 3 half circles. You give this to any enemy and they take a small amount of more damage. But if they have armor, then they take triple damage instead. So technically this is the highest damaging buff in the game. Iron Skin is very important. This is a very good skill. Start like this, then do a circle, then do a cross. Circle, cross. You can give this to any person you want in your team or yourself, and what it gives you is make it so the next 4 melee hits you cannot take damage at all. No damage, all of it is gone. This is a must have, it's incredible. Next up is Wind Magic. Missile Shield is very simple, just an infinite symbol. Symbol of infinity. This is a reference to how once you max this out, it never runs out. Now, this is just like Iron Skin, where you can give it to somebody, and what the name says, Missile Shield, it protects you from shield. Wait, fuck. Just like the name says, I'm not even gonna cut that out. That was a colossal mess up. It protects you from projectiles, not shields. And haste, very simple. Around here, up, and then a lot of circles. It increases your movement speed by a crap ton, really. Enough to outrun basically anything. Finally, we have the worst spell in the second worst spell in the game. Healing Magic. Now, the problem with this is that it's kind of hard to use. Starting with Heal. It's weird to cast. Time to use this thing forever. You go down, up, and then a little zigzag. And then you have transfusion, where again, it's a weird spell, honestly. Starting up, then an infinite sign. This one is another teammate one. So, to heal, obviously, it heals you, but it only heals you if you took the damage recently. If it's damage you took a long time ago, it does not heal you. Transfusion does not heal you, it actually damages you, and it gives your health to someone else. This is kind of the better spell than heal. Beat me up. So, I use it now, and I heal. Now, if I wait some time, and then use heal, it won't heal you at all. So let's wait. Okay. Now we use heal, and you see it does not heal you at all. It's just not a good spell at all. Never go healing magic. It is better to prevent the damage than to heal what was already taken. Especially in endless mode. In endless mode, you kind of just die as soon as you take damage, since they do so much. So it's better to just not take damage. Now for mana, there's a lot of ones you would want to get, but really the best ones, depending on the build, really. Arcane Thrift is good for a cantrip build and nothing else. Spirit Siphon is good in Endless, and you have Earthquake. Concentration is not worth it, I don't recommend it. Soul Reaper is decent, but only when you're doing normal runs, because if you do Endless, this will never work. Mana Reserve is very powerful, and it gives you extra starting mana. It does not increase your maximum mana though, you keep that in mind. Crystal Focus is by far the best spell, mana increase. If you use this, you get so much more mana. As long as you do not take damage, you get mana. Usually I show a full map, like a whole round, using the weapon, but to be honest, I yapped so much while doing this, it's just annoying. So I'm speeding this up so the video doesn't get to 40 minutes long. Except for this one part, let me show you this one. See? Okay, that was a pretty cool one-shot, huh? Yeah, no, with the mage, you can kind of just one-shot the first boss pretty easily. But anyways, back to 10 times speed gameplay. I decided to go staff for this, just because there's no real reason to go staff, it's not that good. But basically, there's 3 types of wands. There's the mana orb, which is the best one, always go mana orb if you can. Then there's wands, which each one, all it does is increase a very specific buff. For example, one increases cantrip cooldowns, the other one arcanum, one increases buff duration, etc, whatever. And then there's the staff, which takes away your ranged attack, but gives you a melee, which sucks. And then there's the battle mage staff, which comes from the regular staff, but again, melee is not that good for this weapon. But anyways, that's about it really. Just I'm gonna put some random music from a random Mario game or something while the video ends, and yeah, that's about it. Just I'll let this play, and that'll end the video. Have fun.